Okay, so you shared this article with me.
Mm-hmm.
Will generative AI replace software developers? And I know you're really into all this AI stuff,
Yeah,
especially how it could really shake things up in software development.
absolutely.
So I think let's just jump right into this deep dive and see what we can unpack here.
Sounds good.
Like, is AI going to steal all the coding jobs?
Right.
Or is there more to the story?
Yeah, well, the idea of robots taking over is always like a really catchy headline,
For sure.
but the reality I think is a lot more interesting.
Okay.
Generative AI is already making waves for sure,
Yeah.
but it's not quite the job-stealing monster that some people imagine.
Okay, so before we go all like doom and gloom on this,
Yeah,
let's start with like the basics.
sure.
What is generative AI?
Right.
I mean, I know it can write code,
Mm-hmm.
but how does that even work?
So think of it like this. Imagine giving a computer a massive library of code.
Okay.
Like every book on coding ever written.
Yeah.
Generative AI is kind of like the super-powered student that just devours that whole library,
Right.
learns all the patterns and all the rules of coding.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you give it a prompt, like write a function to sort a list,
Yeah.
it uses all that knowledge to generate brand new code, just like a human programmer would.
So it's not just like copying and pasting from that library.
Yeah.
It's actually creating something new
Exactly.
based on what it's learned.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and that's why we're starting to see all these tools like GitHub Copilot pop up.
Right.
It's like having an AI pair programmer sitting right next to you. You
Right.
start typing code,
Yeah.
and Copilot suggests the next line or even like a whole block of code.
Wow.
It's almost like it's reading your mind.
That is seriously cool.
Yeah,
But I'm guessing there's a catch, right?
of course.
Like it can't be that easy.
Right.
I mean, the article mentioned a web developer named Alex who used Copilot.
Yeah.
What was his experience like?
So Alex found Copilot to be super helpful for like those everyday tasks.
Uh-huh.
Imagine needing to set up a basic HTML table
Yeah.
or writing some standard CSS.
Right.
Copilot can whip that up in seconds.
Really?
Saves a ton of time.
Wow.
But when he started working on the more like complex custom features
Okay.
for his client's website, things got a little bit tricky.
So it's great for like the grunt work,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe not ready to like
Gotcha.
design the whole system from scratch.
Right.
Like a really talented intern
Yes.
who can follow instructions,
Yeah.
but might not have the experience to make those big design decisions.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
And it's not just Copilot.
Right.
The article talks about these automated testing platforms like Testim.io
Mm-hmm.
that use AI to speed up the testing process.
Okay.
And that's a huge time saver, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But even with AI doing a lot of that work,
Right.
human oversight is still crucial.
Yeah. And,
It's that complex software can have all sorts of like weird quirks and edge cases
yeah.
that an AI trained on past data might not be able to anticipate.
It's like you wouldn't want a self-driving car to learn everything on the fly.
Right. Right.
You'd still want a human
Exactly.
like behind the wheel just in case something unexpected happened.
Exactly. And that brings us to a really important point.
Okay.
There's like this gap between what AI can do
Mhm.
and what human developers bring to the table.
Okay, so let's talk about that gap.
Sure.
The article highlighted contextual understanding
Right.
and creative problem solving
Yes.
as these areas where AI struggles.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the first one.
Okay.
What does it mean for AI to lack
Yeah.
contextual understanding?
So think about Alex again.
Okay.
He's building this website.
Yeah.
He needs to make sure that it's secure, right?
Right, of course.
An AI like Copilot might be able to write code for data encryption,
Okay.
which is important,
Uh-huh.
but it can't really grasp the bigger picture.
What do you mean the bigger picture? Isn't secure encryption enough?
It's a good start, but it's not the whole story.
Okay.
Alex also needs to think about things like user experience.
Right.
How can he make the website secure without making it a pain for users to log in or access their information?
Yeah.
And he also needs to think about his client's specific needs and any legal or regulatory requirements that they have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
These are all things that Copilot,
Yeah.
as smart as it is,
Right.
can't really understand.
So it's like Copilot can write the music,
Yeah,
but it doesn't understand the story that the music's trying to tell.
right.
It's missing that human element of like
That's right.
why we're doing things a certain way.
Precisely.
Okay.
AI excels at following the rules and recognizing patterns, but it struggles with those nuanced human-centric considerations.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So AI can write secure code,
Mm-hmm.
But it might not understand the context of why certain security measures are needed.
Exactly.
Or how to balance security with usability.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And that's just one example.
Right.
There are countless situations where AI might miss those subtle but crucial details that human developers just pick up on naturally.
Okay, so that's contextual understanding.
Right.
What about creative problem solving? How does AI fall short there?
So generative AI is incredible at optimizing for what it already knows.
Okay.
It can find like the most efficient way to write a piece of code
Right.
based on the patterns that it's learned.
Uh-huh.
But true innovation often requires thinking outside the box.
So you're saying AI is great at following the recipe,
Yeah.
but it might struggle to come up with a whole new dish.
A perfect analogy.
Okay.
The article uses this example of a startup that's building a mobile app
Yeah.
that combines social networking and e-commerce in a
Right.
really unique way.
Okay.
AI could definitely help with the nuts and bolts of coding, but the real innovation, the user experience, the design, the way all the different features would work together, that's where human ingenuity was essential.
Okay.
It's about coming up with solutions that haven't been done before,
Right.
and that's where humans still have the edge.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's like AI can help you build the house,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't tell you what kind of house you should build
Exactly.
or how to make it a home.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that brings us to a really crucial point. Collaboration.
Okay.
The article argues that the most likely scenario isn't AI replacing developers,
Yeah.
but rather augmenting their work.
So it's not about humans versus machines.
Right.
It's about humans with machines.
Exactly.
We're better together, like peanut butter and jelly.
I like that.
Okay.
And just like peanut butter and jelly, AI and humans bring different strengths to the table.
Right.
AI can handle those repetitive, time-consuming tasks, freeing up human developers to focus on the big picture thinking, the creative problem solving, and the human-centric design that AI struggles with.
So it's not about AI taking our jobs.
Yeah.
It's about AI taking over the boring parts of our jobs.
Exactly.
So we can focus on the more interesting stuff.
Exactly.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Yeah.
Like, how do we make this human-in-the-loop thing actually work?
That's where things get really exciting, and I think that's a perfect place to pick up in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, cool. I'm excited to hear more.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back after the break.
Sounds good. So you're curious about this whole human-in-the-loop thing?
Yeah.
How it actually works?
Right, like what does that look like
Okay.
in the real world?
Imagine you're a senior developer
Yeah.
working on a massive online store.
Okay.
Think Amazon-level complexity.
Well, okay.
Millions of products, user accounts, shopping carts, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot to keep track of.
Exactly.
Sure.
Now, in this scenario,
Okay.
AI can handle a lot of that heavy lifting. Things like generating code for common features,
Yeah.
shopping carts, payment processing recommendation algorithms. Yeah.
AI can just like build that stuff out
Really?
quickly and efficiently
Wow.
based on best practices,
Oh, yeah.
existing code libraries.
So it's like AI takes care of the standard blueprint of the house,
Exactly.
leaving you to customize the layout and design.
Precisely.
Okay.
And while the AI is busy building those core components,
Right.
what are you, the senior developer, doing?
Yeah.
You're free to focus on the bigger picture.
Okay.
Things like system architecture,
Mm-hmm.
security, scaling the platform to handle millions of users,
Right.
mentoring junior developers.
Okay.
AI handles the grunt work so you can be the architect and the leader.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Instead of getting bogged down in the nitty-gritty of writing every line of code,
right.
you're overseeing the entire project, making sure all the pieces fit together perfectly.
Exactly.
But what about those junior developers?
Yeah.
Where did they fit into this
Right.
AI-powered world?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Imagine those junior developers are just starting out, eager to learn,
Yeah.
but they might not have the experience to tackle those complex tasks yet.
Right. Well, with AI-powered tools,
Yeah.
they can learn faster
Okay.
and contribute more effectively.
So instead of spending months just learning the basics,
Right.
they can jump in and start building things right away.
Exactly.
Wow.
They can use AI to generate boilerplate code,
Okay.
get help debugging their code,
Yeah.
and even learn best practices from the AI's suggestions.
So it's like having an AI tutor,
Yeah,
guiding them every step of the way.
exactly.
Wow, that's a game changer.
It is.
It's like giving them a cheat code for leveling up their skills faster.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean they'll become too reliant on the AI
Right.
and never learn how to code on their own?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something we need to be mindful of.
Okay.
But think about it like this. Calculators didn't make mathematicians obsolete.
They just allowed them to focus on more complex problems.
That's true.
Similarly,
Yeah.
AI coding tools can free up junior developers from getting bogged down in the minutia
Okay.
and allow them to focus on like the higher level concepts and problem solving skills
Yeah.
that are essential for becoming great developers.
So it's like training wheels for coders.
Exactly.
They get that extra support early on.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they're still the ones steering the bike and learning how to ride.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as they gain experience, they can gradually take on more complex tasks,
Yeah.
knowing that the AI is there to assist them if they get stuck.
Okay.
It's a win-win situation.
I'm starting to see how this could really change the game.
Yeah.
It's not about AI replacing developers.
Right.
It's about changing the way we work, making us more efficient,
Exactly.
and allowing us to focus on the things that humans do best.
That's the key takeaway here.
Okay.
It's about collaboration, not replacement. And as we move further into this AI-augmented world,
Yeah.
certain skills will become even more valuable for developers.
Like what kind of skills?
Well,
I imagine coding skills will still be important, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
But it's not just about knowing the syntax of a particular programming language.
Right.
It's about understanding like the underlying principles of software development,
Yeah.
being able to think critically,
Uh-huh.
solve problems creatively,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to communicate effectively
Right.
with both humans and machines.
So you're saying communication skills will be just as important as coding skills?
Yeah, I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why is communication so important in this new world?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
You'll be working in teams with other developers,
Right.
some of whom might be AI agents.
Yeah.
You'll need to be able to clearly articulate your ideas,
Uh-huh.
understand the AI's capabilities and limitations,
Yeah.
and work together to create the best possible solutions.
So it's like learning a new language,
That's a great way to put it.
the language of AI.
Exactly.
Okay.
And just like learning any new language,
Right.
it takes time and practice.
Okay, so we've talked about the importance of critical thinking,
Yeah.
problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
and communication.
Right.
Are there any other skills that will be crucial for developers
Yeah.
in this AI-powered future?
Adaptability is huge.
Okay.
Technology is always evolving,
Right.
and the pace of change is only going to accelerate.
That's true.
Developers need to be lifelong learners,
Mm-hmm.
constantly upskilling, embracing new tools,
Yeah.
and being open to new ways of working.
Right.
Those who are stuck in their ways and resistant to change,
Yeah.
they're going to get left behind.
It sounds like being a software developer in the future will be less about mastering a specific set of technologies
Yeah.
and more about having a growth mindset,
Right.
being curious,
Mm-hmm.
and always being willing to learn new things.
That's precisely it.
Okay.
It's about having that intellectual flexibility. Yeah.
And that eagerness to embrace the unknown.
Right.
And honestly, that's what makes this whole field so exciting.
Yeah.
We're on the cusp of this massive transformation,
Mm-hmm.
and the possibilities are truly endless.
I'm feeling that excitement.
Yeah.
But I also have to admit, there's a part of me that's a little nervous about all this change.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, what does the future of work even look like
Right.
for software developers?
Yeah.
Will we all be replaced by robots?
Yeah.
Will coding even be a job in like 10 or 20 years?
Those are big questions.
Yeah.
And ones that a lot of people are grappling with.
Yeah, for sure.
But fear not.
Okay.
I think this deep dive has shown us that the future isn't as bleak as some people might imagine.
Okay. So we've talked about how AI will change the way developers work, the skills they'll need, and this whole idea of collaboration, not replacement.
Mm.
But let's get real for a second. What about the jobs?
Yeah.
Are we all going to be out of work when the robots take over? Well, the robots aren't quite ready to take over just yet.
Okay.
But it's a valid question.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about technology disrupting an industry, jobs are always a top concern.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it happen before.
Mm-hmm.
Automation machines. It all changes things.
Right?
So what's different this time?
Yeah.
Is AI really going to steal all the coding jobs?
It's not about stealing jobs, but it will definitely shift things around.
Okay.
Think about it like this.
Okay.
When the automobile came along,
Yeah.
it didn't completely wipe out the need for horses, right?
Okay, that's a good point.
Yes.
People still ride horses.
Right.
But cars changed how we transport goods travel.
Mm-hmm.
Even how our cities are designed.
Exactly.
Created a whole new landscape.
Exactly. And with that new landscape came new jobs.
Okay.
Car manufacturers, mechanics, road builders, you name it.
Right.
It wasn't about eliminating jobs. It
Yeah.
was about creating new ones that fit this new world.
So you're saying AI won't necessarily make software developers obsolete,
Right.
but it will change the kinds of jobs we do.
Precisely.
Oh,
Some roles might become less common as AI takes over certain tasks,
right.
but new opportunities will emerge. We'll need people who can build AI-powered tools,
Okay.
train the AI models, make sure those models are working correctly, and integrate them into existing systems.
Okay, so instead of being the ones writing every line of code,
Yeah.
we might be the ones teaching the AI how to write code
Right.
or designing the systems that the AI works within.
Now you're getting it.
Okay.
We'll need developers who understand AI, who can speak its language,
Mm-hmm.
but also those who can see the bigger picture,
Yes.
who can design solutions that meet human needs, not just technical specifications.
The less code monkey and more AI strategists
That's
or
right.
AI architects.
Exactly. Those strategic problem-solving and design thinking skills
Yeah.
will become even more valuable in this new world.
This is starting to paint a really interesting picture.
Yeah.
It's like, instead of fearing AI as this job-stealing threat,
Right.
we can see it as an opportunity to evolve, to level up our skills, and to focus on those uniquely human aspects of software development that AI just can't replicate.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
And it's not just about individual developers adapting. It's about companies and organizations adapting too.
Okay.
They need to invest in training their employees,
Yeah.
create cultures that embrace collaboration between humans and AI,
Mm-hmm.
and really think about how to best leverage the strengths of both.
So it's a team effort,
Yeah,
humans and AI working together to build the future of software.
absolutely. And I think this deep dive has shown us that the future is not something to be feared,
Okay.
but something to be embraced.
I like that.
We have this incredible opportunity to shape how AI is used in software development,
Yeah.
to ensure it's used ethically and responsibly, and to create a world where technology empowers us, not replaces us.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a call to action, not a reason to panic.
Exactly.
Learn new skills, be adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that at the end of the day, technology is a tool,
Right.
and it's up to us to decide how we use it.
Well said. So as you continue to explore this topic, ask yourself,
Yeah.
how do you see yourself fitting into this evolving landscape?
Right.
What skills will you need to develop?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of impact do you want to make in this exciting new world of AI-powered software development?
Yeah.
Those are the questions to keep in mind.
Those are great questions to ponder, and I think they're a perfect way to wrap up this deep dive.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining me on this exploration.
It was fun.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep those minds open to the amazing possibilities that lie ahead.